right, everybody, we just did our energy exchange. We hope that you are feeling something shift from that. The energy that came up today was the energy of adultery, and the replacement energy was the energy of comfort. And I thought that that was really powerful, and it made me think of all sorts of things. You know, the self-hate that somebody might be having for themselves right now if they are committing or have committed adultery, and the lack of comfort that everyone involved in that situation must be feeling right now. Yeah, and also it got me thinking of all of those times we betray ourselves, not just other people, and the things that we do that we don't have complete control over. I think a lot of people commit adultery out of a space of addiction, out of a space of, you know, needing to be filled in a way that they have not been able to fill themselves. And I'm not excusing it, but I'm just saying. And there can be programs that I'm sure many people are running around adultery and around feeling like what you have isn't good enough, or you want more, or perhaps you're somebody who was in a situation, in a relationship that had worked for you at a time, but you have outgrown, and neither one of you has been willing to actually look at that and just end the dynamic. So today we're doing a relationship clearing. Who knew? I have never done a relationship clearing before, but that's what we're doing today. So this is for anybody who is currently in the act of committing adultery, for people who are on the receiving end of having adultery committed against them. This is for anybody who had committed adultery in the past and felt like they can't let it go, they can't forgive themselves. Maybe you can't forgive the person who committed adultery against you 10 years ago, and you're like, why am I still holding on to this? Why am I still holding on to this? Well, this one is for you today, and we're hoping that by the end of this session, you can feel comforted. You can feel something has shifted, something has let go, something has transformed. Something that once was a thing that you felt compelled to do, you will no longer feel compelled to do. And then if you want to do something, you do it, and you do it in your highest good, and you do it out of a place of integrity. So right now, I'm just saying we start this whole clearing calling in integrity for everybody. No matter what end of this you are on now or have ever been in, we're just calling in the integrity for everyone to be able to find and really latch on to the thing in this and every situation that is in your truest alignment. Something that does have a level of a moral compass to it, because I think that's why this adultery thing is coming up. It's like, yes, it's betrayal, and yes, it's, you know, it's cheating and lying and, you know, whatever else comes along with adultery, but it's also this lack of alignment. If you were in alignment, I don't think that you would be committing adultery. And certainly if adultery has been committed against you, there's a complete lack of alignment that you're now suddenly feeling. You're like, who am I? What am I? Where am I? You are all kinds of spun around. So I'm just calling in alignment for everybody. We're calling in integrity for everybody now. And then we're going to go to our charts, and we're going to say, I don't even think I'm going to ask my normal questions. Let's work on blocks to integrity. Let's work on blocks to telling the truth. Let's work on that, and then let's see what else comes up, okay? So let's start with blocks to integrity. What percent is this collective that I'm clearing for right now blocked to their integrity? 100%. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling this one heavy right now. I don't know why, but this one feels especially heavy. So what can we do? What can we do to start clearing away our blocks to integrity? Refining consciousness on chart 20. Chart 20, refining consciousness. So this is consciousness, conscious, subconscious, all DNA, chromosomes, paths, compartments, all levels, at all levels of consciousness. So basically this is just like, I kind of look at this as, what is the good analogy? It's like, maybe you have like one little bug bite, but you want to apply the like anti-itch cream all over your whole arm because you're just like, oh my God, this is just like a lot. I just want to I want to overkill this. I want to apply this to everything. I want to apply this to the conscious and the subconscious. I want to apply this to the DNA at all levels, to our chromosomes at all levels, to every level of consciousness everywhere that this is existing and operating. We clear it everywhere, not just in this really easy to find place, but maybe also in those harder to find places. Maybe this is in our shadow. Maybe this is something that you have not looked at and you need to look at. And so we're applying this clearing now to all of that, to all possible energies from all possible paths, from all possible lifetimes and all possible levels. Again, all DNA, chromosomes, compartments, all levels, on all layers of consciousness, sub and unconscious as well. 10B. So what else is getting in our way right now? Chart 10B. Interesting. So our growth potential is being stunted by this. So our ability to grow as the beings that we are, as the creators that we are, is being stunted by this energy. And so we're clearing that now. And I don't even know if that stunting is actually part of what caused this betrayal in the first place. And certainly what's something that is blocking us to our integrity. So our growth potential is limited. There is something getting in the way of that. And we're just asking for it to be cleared now. Oh, it makes good sense. All right, what else do we need to do to start chipping away at this? So we're clearing some negative energies. So this is just like what we do in our energy clearings, our energy exchange rather. But this is just, the chart is just coming up. So what are some of the icky energies that are blocking us from our integrity? Excesses, vengefulness, sexual abuse, adultery, that again. Lethargy, interesting. Okay, so we're clearing all of those energies which had been previously were blocking us from our integrity, and we're clearing them now, seeing ourselves as now having more access to our integrity because those energies have been cleared, right? And it's just, even if you can just kind of begin to, when I say those energies, if you can sort of see those energies getting in the way of you and the thing that you want, and then you just work to clear them away as well. I can clear them away here. We can clear them away with the help of spirit through our pendulum and through the work that we're doing here. But again, as I said, I think in one of my last videos, you can really magnify this process that I'm doing right now by engaging with me and using your own powers. What are your powers? What do you come to the table with? Do you have good insight? Do you have, some version of an ability to really visualize things, to hear things, to just sort of know things? If that's the case, bring that to the table and let's help work on clearing any of those energies that were blocking you from your integrity. And again, even if right now you're not somebody who is struggling with this energy of adultery or the desire to experience adultery or what it may be, just you helping me with this works on the collective, works on your friends, it works on your family, it works on all of us because we are all sharing one collective consciousness. So a willingness to change. What percent are we open to change? 0%. What percent are we blocked to change? No, we're not. So that's good. So we just need to work on our openness to change. So what can we do here to allow us to open our hearts and our minds up to the benefit in changing, And I'm just going to say, Spirit, clear this one. Meditate, the meditation came up. And so sometimes I just want to ask things to be cleared because it doesn't necessarily need a whole big spiel. So we're clearing programs in the conscious mind of one is what we call it. So any programming in any of our conscious minds, both collectively and individually, that is blocking us to change, that is blocking our willingness to do something different. Like, what would it be like to tell the truth? What would it be like to say, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore and I'm ready for it to end? What would it be like to own up to your thoughts, to your feelings, to your actions, to your behaviors? Rosie just let out a big sigh. I don't think she's a big fan of that one. But what would that feel like? I don't think it would be as bad as many people think it would be. I really don't. And we're in Scorpio season. This is the time when I feel that when you take the risk to make changes, you are rewarded at this time of the year. I believe that the energy of the Scorpion is transformation into the next and highest level. We don't evolve down. We evolve up every single time. And if you're willing to make changes right now, you will elevate. You will grow. You will expand. That's what's going to happen. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I can darn close guarantee it. Whew, loss of seeing God, loss of seeing God. It's so interesting because hate of God came up earlier in an energy that needs to be cleared. You know, I wonder how many people are angry at God because they were introduced to somebody that they wanted to betray their partner with. I wonder how many people are angry at God because they were betrayed. How many people hate God because their partner committed adultery? How many people have lost the sight and hearing of God because they feel so betrayed by their partner, which then makes them feel betrayed by spirit, by God, by source, by the universe? And we're clearing everybody of that feeling now. Any disconnect that you have been feeling from God, I release you from that now. We release you from that now. Spirit releases that for you now. It's cheesy, but I always think rejection is spirit's protection. There is something about that experience that, you know, was important. And, you know, those things are meant to help us grow. And if we don't grow, then what was the point? If we don't change, what was the point of that pain and that, you know, drama and that, you know, shattering? So what percent now that we've made these few adjustments is the collective now open to change? 100%. So that's great. So you were unblocked before. Now you're 100% open to change. And then what percent is the collective now blocked to their integrity? Still kind of high, 70%. So we've come down a little bit. So let's see what else we can do to unblock us to our integrity. And I like to say our because I am a part of this and I benefit from these clearings as well. And I am not here to preach. I am not here to make myself seem better than anybody else. I'm just here, again, as a conduit, as somebody who knows how to research these things and knows some steps to help us on the path to clearing them. So self-limitation just came up. And self-limitation is a negative potential that we put in our own path. You know, some of these things others put in our path, and self-limitation we put in our own path. So there is self-limitation that is blocking us to our integrity. Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah. I can just hear in the mind of somebody who is wanting to have an affair right now, or had an affair, or is feeling connected to this energy of betrayal or adultery, and, you know, them just thinking like all of the negative parts of it are what is motivating and inspiring them. Like there's almost like this benefit that people are getting from being like, oh no, well, I can't tell the truth because if I tell the truth, blah, blah, blah will happen. Not even thinking, not even acknowledging that what if you tell the truth and something amazing and magical and wonderful happens? No, you're limiting yourself. You're like, oh, I can't tell the truth. I can't be in my integrity because that will hurt them. And then all these bad things will happen if I hurt them. What if all kinds of good things happen if you hurt them? What if all kinds of good things happen when you tell the truth? Yeah, so we're clearing that. We're clearing that self-limitation. I'm done preaching about that. We are clearing self-limitation now, opening the collective up to believing and understanding and knowing that there is positive stuff that comes when we stand in our integrity, even if it's hard, even if it's scary, even if for a minute it is earth-shattering, because it may very well be. So we're just offering praise to everybody right now who's even considering changing. Or just, Spirit is just like, you know, praise yourself. Praise yourself for how hard this is and you're doing it anyway. Praise yourself for making hard choices in relationships. Praise yourself for standing in your integrity and telling the truth no matter what that truth may be. Ooh, okay, anything else we need to clear here around relationships, around integrity, around lying, around betrayal? Ooh, there is a vast, big transformation coming up for many of you. So for whoever is watching this that is like, yeah, but I'm really scared, I know, and it's huge, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be remarkable, and you're going to be so glad you allowed yourself to experience this transformation. You're going to be so glad. You're going to be so glad. You're going to be glad you did, is what I'm getting, this like channeled message. You're going to be glad you did it. You're going to be glad you did it. You're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel so relieved. You're going to feel so good. You're going to be like You're going to be flying high. And what you can create from this is fire. You know, it is big, it is powerful, it is amazing, it is remarkable. This will not shrink you or limit you. Standing in your truth, standing in your integrity will not limit you. It is the thing that will launch you off into the next amazing, beautiful thing. It will. I just feel it so strongly right now. Everything that I'm getting in the charts is saying that. Okay, what else can we do for the collective right now who might be having blocks to their integrity, struggling to tell the truth, struggling to commit to their own true alignment, maybe somebody struggling to let go of betrayal that had been brought against them. Sorry. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. I'm just going to say spirit clear that one. I don't fully know about that one. It was called the Holy Spirit body. I'm not exactly sure how to interpret that right now in the context of this, but we're just what I kind of see that as is like, you know, calling in everyone's highest self here. You know, the highest version of you, the holiest version of you is what can be present here right now and can be present always. The highest version of you is accessible always, even in hard times, even in icky times, even in trauma. The highest version of you can step forward always. It really can. Again, which has come forward, unwillingness to cooperate with high self, right? Like, you know, when we cooperate with our high selves, things turn out for the best. But that high self has to have its shadow looked at, its ego neutralized. Like, I'm not just saying like, you know, oh, yeah. You got to do the work, right? You got to do the work to get there with your high self. But then once you do, things are going to go really, really well. So we're just clearing anybody who's had that still small voice inside of them, tell them like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, or oh, you should just tell the truth, or oh, it's okay to let this go. You don't need to hold on to this any longer. Whatever the whisperings of your highest self are, we allow you to hear them, believe them, know them, incorporate them into your life. Yeah, and I'm just hearing, forgive yourself. If there's somebody right now who needs to hear this, forgive yourself. It's okay. It's okay. You can forgive yourself. You can forgive yourself, and you have to do better. You can forgive yourself, but it doesn't make much sense if you forgive yourself and then you just keep repeating the same crap over and over again. So you can forgive yourself and then you can do better, especially when you are cooperating with your high self. So we're going to spiritual realms programs, chart 23. All right, what else do we got here? Again, the embryo of the universe. This came up earlier and I didn't quite call it that, but basically it's like things that you're doing right now build your next life. And by next life, I don't mean the life after you are no longer in this reality and plane. I mean like the next life as in what happens next year. What do you want next year to look like? Because you're building it right now. Every decision you make right now is building the next life, is building the next universe. So we clear anything that is not in your highest good here and now, you know, removing that, dissolving it, resolving it so that you do not build your next life off of this, your next universe, your next tomorrow. And we clear all past lives in all realms and all levels and all layers and all parallels and all universes that you have built this reality off of. Maybe you don't even know why you did what you did in this reality. Maybe you don't understand why somebody else did what they did against you. It's potentially lifetimes and programs and energies built off of the last, you know, lifetime, or built off of the last story. You know, if this is something that is repetitive pattern for you, maybe this is just another one of those repetitive patterns. And then again, I say, what do you want the next part of this, you know, phase of your life to look like? What do you want 2026 to look like? Do you want it to be a repeat of 2025, 2024, 3, 2, 1, whatever? Or do you want to be different and do different and feel different and get different results? That's the beautiful thing about doing things differently. You get different results, which is real exciting, especially when you're frustrated, especially when you're unhappy, unfulfilled, hurt, sad, whatever the case may be, anxious. We make those changes now and we get to experience a brand new universe. You get to experience a brand new universe after you make these changes. I know I'm like, now I'm getting repetitive, but it's like, that just feels so powerful to me to say to somebody right now. You are going to get to experience a brand new universe. I just believe it. I just believe that somebody through this clearing, whether you're watching this video or not, is getting to experience a brand new universe after this. So, okay, Spirit's just telling me to check my check my numbers. Now, what percent is the collective willing to change? 100%. Now, what percent is the collective willing to cooperate with their high self? Now, what percent is the collective willing to operate with their high self? That was so funny. The pendulum moved that way. Now, what percent are we blocked to our integrity? 0%. What percent are we open to our integrity? 100%. What percent are we open to forgiving ourselves? 100%. That's shocking. What percent are we blocked to forgiving ourselves? 0%. Wow. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about this clearing then. Wow. So in 20 minutes, we busted through all of that stuff. And I am just really hoping that who this video is meant for will find it. And anybody who is struggling with this issue around integrity, betrayal, adultery, that this feels comforting for you in some way, because that was the whole energy exchange, right? Was to getting to comfort. Being able to let this stuff go to get to comfort. And it might not be tomorrow you get to comfort, because if you got some business you got to take care of when it comes to resolving these issues of adultery and betrayal, yeah, you might not feel comfort tomorrow, but hopefully this in the moment can bring you some in this present moment comfort, and you can feel better knowing your path forward, knowing that you are no longer blocked to your high self, no longer blocked to change, no longer self-limiting. No longer blocked to your integrity. We love that. Okay, so what are the final replacement energies as we do 100% of 100% of mop up? Harmony, thoughtfulness, desire. Yes, you can still have desire. Love of life. Okay. Thoughtfulness, harmony, love of life, desire. We fill all of us up with that now, myself included, all of you included. I hope that this was helpful to somebody. And please, again, please reach out if you have any questions, any concerns, any comments, any requests. If you just want to send a topic my way that you want me to clear and I will record a video, please just do that. Please just let me know.